Toronto has become a winter wonderland where the snow doesn't just fall, it moves in, unpacks its bags, and makes itself at home. This month, Mother Nature decided to bestow upon us a generous 63 centimeters of snow, as if to say, "You're welcome." It all began on February 13th, when the heavens opened up and dumped more than 63 centimeters of snow on the Greater Toronto Area. Schools closed, commutes turned into epic quests, and parking fines became the city's favorite pastime. But wait, there's more. As if one snowstorm wasn't enough, we were then treated back-to-back to another storm, turning our city into a real-life snow globe. City officials, always the bearers of good news, announced that it could take 3 weeks to dig out from this frosty fiasco. For those of you who enjoy tracking slow-moving vehicles, the city offers Plow.to, an interactive map that lets you watch snowplows inch their way across Toronto in real time. It's like a reality show, but with less drama and more salt. The city's snow removal strategy is all about priorities. Main streets, sidewalks, transit stops, hospitals, and emergency stations are all at the top of the list, because who needs clear residential streets when the main roads are somewhat passable? Sidewalks, those pesky pathways for pedestrians, are plowed by smaller machines and hand crews, but don't get too excited. Windrows created by sidewalk plowing operations are not part of the windrow removal program, so grab your shovels, folks. If you're thinking about submitting a service request for snow clearing, the city kindly asks that you wait until they're accepting them, because nothing says efficiency like a backlog of requests. In my opinion, Toronto's snow removal efforts are like a fine wine. They take time to mature. Sure, the city has a comprehensive snow and ice response plan, but when you're buried under 60 centimeters of snow, comprehensive starts to feel like a four-letter word. For those unwilling to wait for the city's leisurely plows, private snow removal services are here to save the day, for a price. If you're wondering why the city is still buried days after the latest storm, the answer is the same as always, a perfect blend of bureaucracy, underfunding, and the magical ability to be caught off guard by winter. The excuses are as follows. It was a historic snowfall, plows are working around the clock, sidewalks and intersections take longer, equipment and staffing shortages. Well, here's the reality. Toronto's snow removal budget isn't built for back-to-back major storms. The city operates on the assumption that mild winters are the norm, despite climate change making everything more extreme. The moment we get more than a manageable amount of snow, everything falls apart. Plus, we all know that the first layer of snow doesn't actually get cleared. It gets packed down by traffic, creating an Olympic-grade ice rink. If you live on a side street, congratulations. You've just become part of an impromptu winter survival challenge. The city prioritizes major roads first, which makes sense, but by the time they get around to clearing smaller streets, everything has turned into a hardened mess of snow and ice. At that point, plows just push everything into a random mountain at the end of the driveways. Toronto technically has a sidewalk plowing program, but you wouldn't know it from looking outside. Those little sidewalk plows love to pass through once, creating walls of snow that block pedestrian crossings. And if you live in a neighborhood where the plows missed your street, better start digging or invest in snowshoes. The TTC's response to snow is about as reliable as Wi-Fi signal in a basement. The subway system handles it okay, but buses? Absolute chaos. Routes get delayed, vehicles get stuck, and riders are left standing in waist-deep slush, wondering why they pay $3.35 per ride for this experience. Meanwhile, cities with actual winter infrastructure like Montreal manage to keep things moving because they plan ahead. Toronto's approach to snow removal needs a serious overhaul, more equipment, better staffing, and a bigger budget, with a proactive strategy instead of this wait-and-see nonsense. Until then, we'll keep suffering through these slow-motion cleanups every winter while the city pretends this is normal. So yeah, if you're wondering why Toronto is still buried these days, it's because this city never truly prepares for winter. It just reacts to it, badly. I hope that you liked the video. If so, please give it a like. If you're not subscribed and want to be notified of new videos that are released, please click on the Art Toronto button here. This is the video that I would recommend for you to watch next, and I'm sure that you're going to love it. Here's the playlist for all of the latest in transit news and views that you're going to find very informative and interesting. And finally, here is the latest video. Thanks for watching and happy transiting.